Welcome to this week's 5 Minutes of Revelation, and today I'm finally back home again and able to film the podcast here again. And today, in this week, I want to talk to you about letting it heal. Letting the pains that you have, the pains from the past, just letting them heal. How to do that. Because we've all been hurt at some point in life, and a lot of people, though, they have a hard time getting over it. They have a hard time letting it heal. And that's mostly not physical pains that people have. It's usually mental things. It's usually things people said in their past or actions. Someone did something to you and you just remember it and it's stuck with you. It's stuck in your memory and it's causing you pain. It's causing you heartaches. And people think, well, I just have to live with it. There is no way to really get over it. But the Bible says there is a way to get over it. And that's why I want to talk to you about how to get over it today. And the first step in letting those pains heal is to simply forgive. Now that's easily said, but a lot of people think it's a lot harder done, because they think that to forgive someone you have to feel like forgiving them. But if you look at forgiveness, it's much like love, because love is not a feeling, it's a choice that will eventually produce a feeling, and that's why forgiveness is also a choice. It's not a feeling, it's a choice. But if you choose to forgive, your feelings, your mind, your way of thinking will eventually adapt to forgiveness, and then you will eventually come to the point where you say, well, actually, I've forgiven them. I feel like I forgave them. But to get to the point, you have to choose to forgive. So that's the first step. The first step is to simply forgive. And then the second step is giving it time to heal, is letting it heal. It's not so much the time, because it won't take that long for it to heal, but it's allowing it to heal. So first you need to, whoever it was, whatever they did to you, you need to realize that you can forgive them. There's nothing so bad that it can't be forgiven, because God forgave us for everything we did. And He forgave He's willing to forgive every other person in this life, on this earth, that He's willing to forgive all of them if they're simply turned to Him. So no matter how bad it was, no matter how bad they treated you, you are forgiven, and now you can also forgive them. And then take this person and just by faith say, I forgive them. I forgive you for what you've done to me. And it doesn't matter if you feel like it. It doesn't matter if your mind tells you, well, you can't forgive them after what they did to you. You choose to forgive, and then you stick to this choice. And then after that, you need to let it heal. And it's easier to understand if you simply compare it with you, for example, breaking a bone. So you fell down somewhere, you broke your forearm, and now instead of putting a cast on it and starting the healing process, you just keep poking around in it, you keep trying to move it around, and you don't give it time to heal. So that's where forgiveness comes in. If you forgive, it's like you putting a cast on this broken arm. You're allowing it to heal. You're starting this healing process by putting a cast on it, by stopping it from moving around and doing these things, you're starting the healing process by putting a cast on it. And that's like forgiveness. By you forgiving that person, you starting the healing process. But now it would be stupid for you to go back every day, cut open this cast, start poking around on your broken bone, try and move it around, see if you can do it already now, to go back to it every day and start messing around with it. It would be stupid, because you would stop the healing process and you would probably make it even worse every time you go back to it. And that's why I told you before, after you forgive, you need to allow it to heal. It won't take that long if you simply allow it to heal. So if you keep this cast on, after a few weeks you will be able to use it again and it will be perfectly fine. But if you go back every day and start poking around in it, you won't be able to use it after 6 weeks, because the healing hasn't continued. You haven't given it time to heal. You haven't allowed it to heal. And that's the same thing with you forgiving someone. After you forgave someone, you need to give it time to heal. You need to let it heal. And by that I mean you need to stop yourself from keep on thinking about these things, from keep on talking about it, especially talking, because we often want to tell someone how bad we feel, how bad it was they did to us. You need to stop that. You forgave them, so now stop it. Act like it never happened. and stop poking around in it. Stop talking about it. Stop thinking about it. And if those thoughts come up, because they will come up again, if they come up, simply go back and keep saying, I forgave them. Every time the thought comes, say, I forgave them. They don't owe me anything anymore. It's forgiven. This thought doesn't have permission to be in my mind, and then cast it out by just simply reminding yourself that you already forgave them. And if you do that, if you forgive that person, if you choose to forgive that person, and if you then let it heal by not keep on going back to it, by keep on thinking about it, by keep on opening this cast again, if you simply give it some time to heal, then it will be healed. And then your emotions, your mind, your feelings, all these things will adapt to this forgiven state, will adapt to this healed state, and then at some point you will be able to think about it and say, well, this doesn't bother me anymore. I'm healed from that. This hurt doesn't have place in my life anymore, and I'm finally free from it. And see, those are two simple steps. It's very easy and it's very straightforward. But first of all, you need to realize that whatever pain you have, whatever it was that happened, you can be healed from it today. You can be healed from it, and you can start this healing process today. Right now you can say, okay, I choose to forgive them, and start off the healing process. And that's what I want to share with you this week and for the rest of your life. No matter how bad it was, no matter what happened, it can be healed, and you can be finally free from it again and live free. Live the good life, enjoy life, and be free from every pain, every heartache, everything that happened to you in your past. So take those principles with you, apply them in your life, be blessed by them. Don't forget to read your chapter a day, and I'll see you again next week.